Hey there, welcome to the second instalment of Mounjaro and me. So in this video we're going to explore the process of obtaining and injecting Mounjaro. So first of all, if you Google Mounjaro offers UK or whichever country you happen to be watching from, straight away you'll see a number of offers with reasonable prices from different providers. These are very much ear openers because with your second prescription your price is definitely going to increase. Also worth mentioning that the higher the dose, the higher the price. You also don't have to stick with the one prescriber. This can get you access to other offers, but staying with your original supplier shortens the process as you won't have to do a full consultation each time. Dosage wise, you usually start on 2.5ml for your first 4 weeks. Thereafter, your doses can increase in additional increments of 2.5ml all the way up to 15ml. Some people, however, might only change their dose once or twice during their Mounjaro journey. It depends very much on their progress and how each dose affects them. We will be exploring side effects in the next video. So your supplier chosen, you then have to complete that consultation around your circumstances. As you might expect, your BMI is a pretty strong indicator of your eligibility, but the consultation considers other factors including ethnicity, age, medical conditions, allergies, pregnancy and conception, surgeries, brief familial history, any medications that you're currently taking, and also about contradictions which will include possible side effects of your weight loss drug. It's really important that you're honest in the consultation because with any medication, they will simply not be suitable for everyone, and you might end up causing yourself harm or impacting the effectiveness of any existing medications that you take. So on top of your online consultation, you'll also be expected to provide a GP report. Some GPs may charge for this, my own thankfully did not. On the subject of GPs, if you're morbidly obese and or exercise limited due to your size, medical conditions or disabilities, then your GP really ought to be prescribing you with a weight loss drug. That said, they'll tell you that there's a very specific criteria that they have to adhere to, so there might be little room for any negotiation. GPs will also want to ensure that you're taking other reasonable and practical steps to address your weight, such as exercise or healthier dietary choices. Next, we're going to look at the injection itself, but before we do, if you enjoy this content or feel it's relevant to you, please subscribe to my channel, which is Getting Healthy Over 50. If you click on the bell icon, you'll be alerted when new content becomes available. Also, if you give the video a like, this really helps the YouTube algorithm. And please share with other people or groups for those contemplating weight loss. Thanks so much, I really appreciate you. On then to the injection. So then, on to the jab itself. Now, Mounjaro will provide you with instructions for use. They break that down into 17 steps. Sometimes your prescriber, in this case mine was Morrison's, they've condensed that into about 7 steps. So I am going to try and give you the simplified version this morning. So here, first of all, is the kit. So we're going to look at our Mounjaro pen there. Next we have our wipes for sanitising the pen, also your injecting area, and also a clean up after you have made the injection. Finally, we have here the needle tip, which goes on to your pen. Okay then, so the first step is to make sure you wash your hands. Good hygiene is important throughout the process. The next stage then is to remove the cap from the pen. Now, as you can see here, there's only a single dose left in this. This is going to be my 4th 2.5ml jab today. So this is me 3 weeks in. Then what we do is we take our first wipe and we give the top of the pen, trying to get inside it a bit there as well. Give that a good all-round clean. That gets us started off. Then the next step is to prepare your needle tip. So on we go, and you just screw that on clockwise until it's fully tightened. So the next step now is to prime the pen itself. So first of all, we remove the top. Keep that because that covers your needle again for the sharp spin. There's also a needle cap, so we can just discard that. And the next part in the priming process now, as you can see here, a 0 in the pen. So you turn that 2 clicks clockwise. Now that starts the priming process. The next stage then is to give this bit a quick tap here. This will make sure that any bubbles will go to the top. Now those 2 clicks enable us to give the pen a small push. So when we do this, as you can see, a bit of liquid coming out there, and that is exactly what we want to see at this stage. So that is the pen fully primed. So as we've seen before, this is set to 0. What you now have to do is to turn this clockwise, and what you're doing, I would do it quite slowly because it's easy to pass the mark. So you're going to give it a few turns. You can hear all the clicks going, and what we're looking for is a 1 in our window. This is obviously the pen getting prepared to inject this final 2.5ml dose. So here we are, all the way to number 1. So you can see the number 1 right there. Next part then is to choose your injection site. Now you have 6 options. So you have the rear of each arm. You also can do it straight into the belly, and they do recommend that you go at least 5 centimeters away from the belly button, or you can choose either thigh just on the top here. This is going to be my site today because it's my 4th injection. So I've already done 2 into the stomach, 1 into my other thigh. Now, as I mentioned in an earlier video, you know, I'm not a big fan of needles. Might come as a bit of a surprise given that I'm covered in tattoos, but hey ho, it is what it is. However, when you look at the needle here, right, here we go, you can see that that tip is pretty small, so pretty easy to go. So next up then is to prepare the injecting area. So just using a swab here to give it a good clean. The next stage now is to insert this into the thigh. So I'm just going to plunge that straight in. All I felt there was a small pinprick. So now what we have to do is, needle in, we push this button all the way down to the bottom until we then again have that 0 back in our window. Now I'm going to count to 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's take out the needle here. Again, just so you can see, the pen is now back to 0. Okay, so finally, what we're going to do here again is just to clean the injecting site on the other side. So it's best not to rub, but what you could do is hold that last swab on the injecting site for just a moment. It's not unusual to see a wee bit of blood there, but nothing that's alarming. It'll be a drop at most, and that's it. So that done, what we now do is we pop the lid back on the needle like so. We twist this off so we've got the whole pen. Whole pen tip rather, and as you can see, that's a single unit again. This is going to go into the sharp spin. Now your provider might give you a sharp spin as part of your first kit. Those sharp spins can be handed into chemists to be emptied as well, so that's pretty handy. And all we do now is we pop the lid back on the pen, and that is job done. So that was my 4th 2.5ml dose. Next week I'm going to moving up to 5ml. I hope that's been useful and allayed any fears, but any other questions, put them in the comments and I'll do my best to respond. So thanks for watching this morning. Again, if you feel this is relevant to you and you're enjoying it, please subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, use the bell. If you click that, that will give you notifications of any new content, and please do share the link with anyone that you feel might benefit from this information, or just as keen to see how others go about their weight loss challenges. So thanks very much. I will see you in the next one. And in the meantime, drink plenty of water.